Because when you write, there's something amazing that happens where you're essentially channeling source and you're bringing into your 3D physical reality the very things that you want to accomplish and achieve or experience. Good day, guys. I am here at a beautiful cafe and show you. One of the things that I love the most about being here is that the cafe's open at like 5 a.m., if not then they're 24/7, which is amazing because if you're someone like me who loves to come to a cafe to journal and to write my thoughts and to essentially focus in on what it is that I'm trying to achieve at this very moment in time, this is the best place for me to do it. And so that is going to be the topic of today's video of how you can use journaling and scripting to create your reality. I'm here because I once wrote this down in my journal, maybe about a year ago, maybe even before that. I don't know how long ago it was, but all I do know is that I'm here. And this would not have been possible without my belief in myself, my belief in my manifestations, and my belief in source and all that I'm able to create and achieve using the power of scripting and manifesting and all things that help me get closer to source and my higher self. And so I want to talk about how you can begin to start using the power of journaling in order to go places that you want to go, see things that you want to see, create the life of your dreams. And so it starts with developing a daily practice. And in the beginning, if you're someone who's new to this, you may not be able to do it every single day because I know creating new habits can be quite difficult, but I recommend that you start a journaling practice today, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Just open up the notes app on your phone. I recommend physically writing things down because when you write, there's something amazing that happens where you're essentially channeling source and you're bringing into your 3D physical reality the very things that you want to accomplish and achieve or experience. When I took ayahuasca for the first time, I was shown very clearly how we create our reality. Imagine this pen, right? This pen is a remote, and this remote, with this, we can change the channel at any given time, meaning we can change our reality at any given time. So whenever you pick up a pen or whenever you type into your phone or your laptop, words you use, whatever words you speak, whatever words you write, think of it as your remote control. Think of it as the tool that's necessary for you to change what you're currently experiencing. And the best way that I like to do this is through writing. And when I write something, so it is done. And that is me giving to the universe whatever it is that I want to manifest, whatever it is that I want to bring about into my reality. And by me writing it down on paper, that's the first step, which is, the first step is having the thought. But when I write it on paper, I bring it into my physical reality. So time has no choice but to bring me what it is that I am manifesting or whatever it is that I'm wanting to create. This is a really great practice if you're trying to create something in the physical. For example, if you want to create a business, or if you want to create a YouTube channel, or if you want to create a life where you can travel freely, you want to start by first, you have the thought, you have the desire for a reason, then you want to write it down on paper. And then you also want to make sure that you read it occasionally. You don't have to go back to it every single time, but know that because you have written it down, it is done. And so your actions in your life need to align with what it is that you have written. And so think of it as a dual force. So you have what you've written, what you would like to manifest, and what you're doing in your real life, your actual reality. And eventually they'll meet together and create this collapse into this reality that you have desired. Everything that I've done in my life, from buying a house at 23 years old, from starting a business, making over $500,000 in the first 2 years, and then losing that entire business because I knew that I needed to go on this spiritual and healing journey. And I knew at that time I wasn't prepared to hold that amount of money because I wasn't conscious of what I was doing, right? And so, from that to rebuilding my business and going on my spiritual healing journey and traveling the world all at the same time. All of this has come as a result of me writing and journaling for so many years. Now I understand the power of our thoughts and the power of creating our reality, and how we can use tools in this reality as a way to expedite that process. So there are a few things that are happening when you're journaling and when you're writing. Not only can you use it for a form of release, which I highly recommend that you do, so that you can make space for the new energy that wants to enter, you can also use it for manifestation, and you can use it for scripting purposes as well. And lastly, one of the things that I want to mention in this video, and I'll leave you with this practice that I just recently came across that has been working wonders for me, is if there's anything on your mind that is essentially getting in the way of you achieving and receiving your manifestations in your 3D reality and in your current reality, what you can do is make a list, right? On a piece of paper, I highly recommend using this tool right here, pen, pencil, whatever tool you have, and on one side, writing your name and writing all of the things that you want to take care of in your reality, versus on the other side, the universe, giving all the things to the universe that you want it to take care of. And you start to see that as you write all this on paper, begin to give your the universe your issues, if you want to say, or give the universe the things that have been holding you back, you start to see how they become resolved in your real life. So for example, if you've been wanting to write a book for a really long time, but you've been experiencing writer's block, what you can do is you can go ahead and give that to the universe. So you say, okay, I'll work on traveling, I'll work on my wellness, and you work on writing this book. And all of a sudden, you start to see that things come into your reality that make that easier. So it's a very simple task, and I've been doing it for about a year now, giving things over to the universe through writing it down first and just allowing my actions to align with this step that I've taken, right? And so then I start to see things happening without me having to put in much effort at all. And so I just speak it, and so it is. And or I write it, and so it is. Build your journaling practice one day at a time. I know in the beginning it's going to be a little difficult to remember, but anytime you feel any sort of emotion that isn't in alignment with who you are and what you want to become, then you write it down and release it, give it to the universe, right? And then keep doing that, and over time you'll come back to, you'll come back to this. I mean, like, look, I have so many. This is only since September of 2025, and I've gone through it all. Like, I can go back to a single page in here and I can see what I was feeling at that time, and I can see clearly how I was able to get through it, not only through journaling but also through allowing the universe to bring me the solutions that are necessary for me to get through it, right? So you'll start to keep a track record of that, and not only are you releasing, you can watch your progress over time, and you can literally see the becoming as a result of this. And you can also go back and see all of the things that you were able to manifest as a result of keeping a daily journal. Again, if you can't do daily, start weekly. Set a time to go to a park, to go to the cafe, to go to a library, and just really write everything out, right? What you're currently feeling, what emotions feel like out of alignment. And then I want you to also write about the things that you want to bring about into your reality. How do you want to feel? What do you want to bring into your experience? And this, I would say, is a very, very powerful tool. So if you decide to try it out, definitely let me know down below how it's changed your current reality. And if you have any questions on any other tools or methods that you can use, I have some really supportive links to my community, as well as free resources for you to help begin changing your reality.